Hey guys, welcome to Yelp. Super excited to be here. Yeah, come on, we're halfway through the talks, guys. This is the closing end of things. I'm just going to continue sort of the trend of conversation from the last several talks. Caitlin asked earlier how many people in the crowd considered themselves engineers. How many people in the crowd consider themselves product managers? Okay, pretty good showing there. How many people in the group have worked with a product manager? Oh, pretty good representation here. So I'm actually just going to spend a little bit of time talking about product management as a discipline, why it's so awesome, and what it's like to do it here at Yelp, and then some of the specific projects and challenges we've looked at on the international team. So as Sukritha introduced, I'm Stephanie, and I am the international product team at Yelp, and so that involves kind of bringing our site and its products to the 14 markets in which we're live today. The product management discipline is this great intersection of development, design, and business, all sort of combined into this center point that is the PM that communicates across all of these areas to bring the best end customer user experience. The next slide illustrates one of the most important things about this discipline is being flexible. And you'll notice that in this image, all of these silhouettes look like they're women. Proud to say that that's one thing that women are pretty good at in general, being flexible, I think. You see some laughter in the crowd. But really, being able to adjust yourself to your product and to your team is an incredibly important part of the role, and no exception here at Yelp. So just some things that we work on. One area is gathering user requirements, and that can be from a range of places, both inspiration in looking at the world and products around us. Recently, I found myself in user sessions where we actually talked to customers about kind of the ways that they solve problems related with finding things around them today, both on our product and on other products. So these are some of their lovely pictures as captured during the sessions. These sessions were actually in Paris. So that's one exciting part of the job. Actually implementing or executing on design. So this is just a picture from a wireframe that I did in a notebook. I think a lot of people find product management intimidating because it involves something like learning the Adobe suite of products. I mean, how many mice icon can you learn? The hollow mouse versus the shaded mouse. Design can be as simple as starting with a piece of paper, looking at some of the technologies that we have today, and thinking about ways to improve them. So that's just another part of kind of the product management role, both here at Yelp and other places. And then it's also development. So like Caitlin said earlier, doing code, participating in the actual implementation process doesn't need to be intimidating. And actually here at Yelp, the engineering team makes it really approachable to get involved with the code. This is actually a snippet of some code I pushed to the site myself. So, really getting involved and being aware of the development cycle is super important as a product manager, and I think it will really help you to work with your teams. And then finally, I think this is an aspect of the project management part of product management that often you glaze over when you see kind of the idea of tasks or task management. This is actually the physical board that we're using to track tasks on the international team. And in this digital age where we have all of these tools on the computer for surfacing the way that people work, we've regressed to Post-its on the international team here. But it's really visual in terms of surfacing exactly what people are working on, and it gives us something to rally around each day to talk about the progress that we're making, and also enables the rest of the team that's not necessarily working on international to see what's going on. So this is just one tool in sort of our, the range of tools that you can use to track and manage tasks. So just a couple of examples of projects that we work on the international team. How many people here speak another language? Oh, we've got a really global and diverse group here. International is so much more than just a translation task and taking Yelp.com and turning it into a page with different languages. This is actually a business page from a business in London as viewed from our French website. So, wrap your mind around that for a second. And I think on face, you can see that the page does, in fact, happen to be in French, but so many other considerations go into making this page truly local and truly global. You'll notice that we have a dialogue modal here and reference to transport methods and stops that are near this business. Recognizing that public transportation is super important in London is one thing that we did to make this business page that much more usable for London users, those that speak French. You'll see here that down at the bottom, we note that there are 4 reviews in English, but by default, we show you the reviews in French that are attached to the business because likely content in your language is more important to you than content not in your language. So those are just a couple of examples of things on this page that we've modified to make it more international specific. And as we kind of grow the website and get deeper in those international markets, identifying areas like that that will help users to better understand the site are areas that we look at on the team. Optimizing search results. So I guess the animation on this slide got a little bit mangled in the transfer from my computer to this computer. But basically what we have here is a Google search for Trapas Sueño. Has anyone been there? It's a Mexican restaurant just down the way. It's a popular search around here, but it's just a simple search up in the Google search bar, but sort of thinking about how to get your website surfaced in those results and how to do it when you have a complex product that exists in multiple languages, in multiple markets, that surfaces content in each of those languages is one of the things we think about on the international team as well. So the fact that Trapas Sueño search result with the Enye in there surfaces second on the page right underneath the official Trapas Sueño webpage is something that we actually work at as a company. It's a really interesting technical challenge in terms of, that you don't even think about when you're interacting with a website, but that we think about on the team. As you can see sort of in the bullet points here, this page exists on 13 other Yelp domains, but for the google.com user, we want them to see the right page that surfaces English content. And then, just another very public aspect of the international team are the international releases. We actually take the site to new places, and as I mentioned earlier, Yelp is now live in 14 countries. We launched in Sweden just 2 weeks ago. And this is a picture on launch day. We ceremoniously hang the flag of each new nation as it launches. And you can see sort of in the background there, the lineup of countries behind it. There's me in the front row. We actually video chatted in our VP of International, who was on the ground in Stockholm at midnight Stockholm time, launching the site in Sweden. So, we take our global releases really seriously, and there's something that we celebrate across the team at Yelp. But I think sort of heralding this kind of release and bringing together all of the teams and the partners is one of the core aspects of doing the job of product management at Yelp, and one of the most rewarding things to celebrate is kind of launch day when we, hang the flag, play the anthem, eat the local treat. I don't know if you guys know this, but Svensson's Danish pastries are in fact Swedish, and the place that makes them is located in Oakland. Learn that as part of this release. So anyway, that's just another aspect of kind of international here at Yelp. So one of the best lessons we've learned, I think it's resonated in most of the talks we've heard tonight, is that teamwork really is everything, and product managers are really only good as the teams that stand behind them. And so this is really what brings us great results. I just thought I'd show a picture of the international team here at Yelp, and I'm really proud to show that amongst the engineers we have 2 women engineers on a team of 5 really. So that's pretty good numbers. And as Joanne mentioned, we're recruiting tonight, so would love to have you guys join the team. This is me and the Yelp product team. I don't know if you can tell from the picture here, but that the guy in the background wearing the horse head is not a woman. So, if any of you feel like applying and end up on the team, you will be woman number 2 on the product management team here at Yelp. We have great benefits, including some of the beers that hopefully several of you discovered here tonight, and the snacks that are over in the kitchen. But more than that, it's just a really rewarding experience to work on product and bring sort of the great experience that is Yelp to end consumers out there. So, apply away, talk to Joanne, talk to me, join us, be great. And then if any of you have any questions or whatnot, I'd be happy to answer them here. Thanks for listening to me.